Capricorn. So you're next. And I'm doing these R&B romance readings a little different. Well, I'm doing for the first time here anyway. Never really did romance for y'all like that. Not where it was each and every sign. And, you know, I talk about love on in an etheric type of way, on a vibrational type of way. But just on some 3D type, not really. So the song I got for you was Sumthin Sumthin by Maxwell. And it's like, what I'm getting is to like desiring somebody or being in love with someone, but the fantasy of them, not actually experiencing the physical aspects of the person, like building a whole life of like what it would be like, or what life can be like, what they're capable of. And it seems that that's a dangerous thing, because you could really be disappointed when they don't live up to that fantasy. And or even just wanting to get closer to somebody, and the more you do think about them and the more you do fantasize about them, the more they become like you're in love with the idea of them. So for the energy, the numerology oracle, we have physical activity, which is the 67, and we have the 6, which is love. And this, again, this is here. This is all in this area. This is like third eye, crown chakra. These are things that you can, in an etheric way, yeah, I'm going to go there. You can have access to, like, if you can think it is, and it does exist. It may not be in this reality, right? So alternate realities and all that. We're not going to go into it too deep. But what I'm saying here is that you're not living those things out. The physical activity is not what's implemented. You're imagining what it would be like to do these physical things, but the act of love itself is you actually doing it. You have to actually act on it. So if you want somebody, if you really love somebody, or you really like somebody, it's not enough to just experience them in fondness, in memory, in fantasy. Actually do something with them. Plan to do something with them. Include them in your plans. Include them in these thoughts. Like, you have to start putting in the physical action towards manifesting this union the way that you want it to be. On the chart, I'm seeing the High Priestess. So you have more plans for this. You have more plans for this relationship, or for this love union or something like that, than the other person even knows. So little by little, you're influencing it to go in the direction that you fantasized it would. But just to be careful about that. So you don't want it to defy your expectations, because you've already created what the perfect scenario might be and how it would make you feel most comfortable to engage with another person. But you have to account for them being their own person and having free will to act in the way that they want. So when you have your standards set on the way that you imagined your love would be, and they don't meet those because they love in a different type of way, or express themselves in a different type of way, you can't expect them to know what you've been fantasizing about, or to meet the agreed upon expectation you have, that you agreed within your heart that they're in agreement with, if that makes sense. Like, you have to let them into the fold. Like, you can't just be in love with a person and they're not there with you if you haven't told them that they're supposed to be there. Like, hey, we're doing a thing. This is love. This is what it does. I'm being real extra, but what I'm saying is, if you know that you feel a way about a person and you do want it to go somewhere, don't expect them to, because you're already hard to please. No one knows what you expect but you. Voicing those expectations have not happened. they're going to go off of what you say, because the way that your energy commands itself is energetic, and it is basically, these are my boundaries. But if you want somebody closer in, but you have the boundary there, this unspoken tether, not tether, but this unspoken wall, it's like, but I want this person close. It's like, how do they know? If they're reading your energy is constantly being in that state, even when you're out of that state, they're still respecting boundaries, even if they see you've lowered them. You'll have to ask, speak. That is a physical action. And this lets people know that you're ready. It's not enough to assume that they can read that energy off of you, because there's something about the way, like, there's Six of Pentacles here. And it's a sense of being unbothered or not interested. So we have the King of Wands. So this person may be, they may be very good looking, very attractive, attract a lot of people around them, have no problem communicating, sharing hugs, and, being a touchy-feely type of person. Like, when they're comfortable, when they know that that type of thing is accepted of them, they won't do it. I'm not saying that the King of Wands is showing up in a sexual manner, but I feel like this is what you can see of this person. And this is part of the allure of the fantasy, that they can tick all them boxes for you and rub on them buttons. Okay, so then we have the Two of Pentacles. And it's almost like you want it to be a surprise. But if you actually got surprised with it, you probably reject it. Let's just be clear. Let's just be honest. It would almost feel creepy. It would almost feel jarring. And you don't like to be in a state where you don't know what's about to happen next. You really do have that sense of control and structure, because you won't be able to, you won't have time to gauge and choose or think about your reaction. That is what makes it so uncomfortable. But the King of Wands energy is fire. It is impulsive, but you wouldn't enjoy it to be impulsive in this manner. This is why communication, would really serve you well, to be able to speak to this person and confer. You have the Four of Cups here. They're actually having a conversation, and it's relating to love itself, or just, getting to know each other better. And certain things have to be put down on the table. Like, what are your red flags, where, the boundaries and stuff that you would, cut somebody off for? What is your magnetism? What are you attracted to? What do you see value in? There's certain things that have to be discussed. And if those discussions have already been had, Two of Wands, you have a better sense of what the other person appreciates to be brought to the table. And that itself would lead to another sense of closeness, where you could, have on less. And, it goes from, I really don't feel, I don't know, there's something about the Capricorn woman, even if a man is like this with you, and has you under his, under his robe, and shelters you from things, I still feel there's a sense of not being fully okay with that idea, because of how independent that you really are. And it depends on what you have in your chart too, but not fully dependent. I just still feel like the desire to have this brought to you is here. But it really depends now. I'm telling you, like, to want to be surprised like this, to have this allure, and for somebody to know that it's okay, like, they have to, and maybe that's what you want. You want somebody who is very, very dedicated to reading your energy and your body language, and just fucking knowing what you need in this moment. I'm going to look out this window, and I'm going to turn my back, and he's going to approach me, and it's going to be perfect. Like, when you turn your back, most people be like, well, don't sneak up on that Capricorn woman or man, or they got their back turned. They might turn around and, you know what I'm saying? It may not be cool. And see, that's what I'm sensing from it. But in another regard, this could be you showing your back. Like, I'm not afraid to be hurt. I'm not afraid something bad is going to happen to me. I don't have to keep my eyes on you. But if you know, come approach me while I'm, so we can have our conversation all pointed out the window and nobody can read our lips. So we can have this quiet closeness that is almost secretive, but not. It has this fantasy type of, like you're doing your thing and this person just they've been eyeing you from across the room all night, and they wait, y'all kind of been looking at each other but not looking at each other, not making it too obvious, but you think it's mutual and you're not sure, but you're gonna do this one move, and if they're really paying attention and they pick up on your bodily cues, they'll approach you while your back is turned and engage conversation. If they don't, then they're not the one. That's what I'm getting. And it's like only someone who is meant to be with me is going to read my body the way it needs to be read. If I lower my guard, they should know at a moment's notice, and that gives them the green light to approach me. This hasn't been communicated, and that's probably why the selection of people that you actually end up dealing with is not that many. And that's not a bad thing. It's just you have to understand that your energy signature, if somebody can read your energy like that, then you also need to be able to read theirs when they may want to be approached by you or engaged by you. They're both looking at the same thing, whatever it is. That gate is open to the both of them. So you have to understand that the person that you're waiting for to surprise you like this, or to really just fit the bill, is in a position quite like you are, where they're selective and they have been played with or toyed with. So they're not so willing to just go on a whim. They'd much rather know something about the person that they're getting involved with first before they make a move like that, because they don't want to get stuck with something and then it's too late. And when I mean too late, I mean getting a person's feelings involved, getting to know that person just to find out they were better off leaving that person alone before they made a move like this with the Two of Pentacles. So I'm seeing this in both ways. So the closeness that is actually desired here with this Two of Wands, this is enjoying each other over a meal, but also knowing that when you are eating, you're in a vulnerable state, and you're immersing your senses in everything, the ambient music, if there is any, the sound of another's voice. You're looking at them, eye contact. You're looking at your plates, how you each eat, what you chose to eat, how much it costs. Like you're peeping everything about each other. So are you really ready for somebody to be as keen and as astute as you? Because the fire energy is coming from the both of you combined, but there has to be an initiation first. And of course you would like the masculine aspect, or the male to implement these things, but a Capricorn woman has a masculine trait. So will you be comfortable in this being approached in this way, as if you are the feminine? Like, of course you would want to drop this masculine energy and enjoy and embrace your femininity. But do you trust that this person that is approaching you is capable? Because this is what you guys are really needing to do, see eye to eye. It's not about him sheltering you from anything or being in a mode of protecting you from anything, because you have that covered. That's not a necessity. Getting closer and being mutually invested and interested is the key. What was the damn song? Something, something. Can y'all do something, something? He got something, you got something. Not something negative, but y'all both got something to add to the table. Y'all both got something to share. These are two cards with tables. There is a closeness in the both of them. The hands are very close, intertwined. They're both bringing something. Something and something. So with this physical activity and love, it's like you both oscillate with the vibration of love itself, but the physical activity can only be left up for one person to actually implement and do. And I feel if you're a Capricorn woman, you're going to allow the man to do it. Capricorn man may be tired of being the one to do so and being misperceived or whatever and getting this type of response. So I feel that they'll be on the receiving end and allowing this feminine to come forward. Even though they're not taking a feminine role, they're allowing their feminine energy to be acknowledged and catered to for once. Like if a person has genuine interest in me, then they will come in my direction because they'll know that I want them to come in my direction. They want that little bit of effort to be shown. And I mean, that's just Capricorn, period. So in this instance, you are taking the feminine energy of being approached, not the one actually actively approaching. So this something, this is a person coming towards you. And I don't think it's solely your fantasies or anything like that. I feel that somebody has been looking for a person quite, much like you, that has their own things to bring to this table, but not just can bring a chair or can bring a placemat or there's something extra, bring something to drink or napkins. Or, it's like it's not enough to just bring something to the table. You know that when you plan a party, why y'all reading got to be a little longer. I don't even mind. But when there's a party, there's more components than just the food. You got to put it on something. You have to eat it with something. The drinks you have to put them in something. The drinks themselves, the condiments, the bread, whatever it may be. There's a whole setup than just having a table and having food on. You have plates and shit. They have bowls and stuff. They have options. So what can you bring to the table? What kind of table is it? Is it a picnic table? Is it a dining room table? Is it an end table? Is it a damn, what is that? Coffee table? What type of table? So I know how to plan for this. So it's getting clear, getting fucking clear on what kind of table it is. So this person can meet you to set it up for the both of y'all to enjoy. If you got utensils, they've got napkins. If you got plates, they got cups. This is the kind of mutuality that you're really looking for. So to see someone in this position, in the King of Wands position, who's like, I got it covered, I got it taken care of, and then you get to the point where you're sitting down and you get mollywopped with the realization they don't have the types of things that are necessary. Like I'm eating whatever it is, and I can't even wipe my hands. I don't even have any water. Maybe I don't want juice. Maybe I don't want, like, you have somebody who their options are how many different types of choices and things that they can bring to this table, not just put something on it to just be putting something on it. Like this person is really pretty much bored because the only thing this person has is fucking apples. This person has eaten so many apples, she's just fucking bored. She just don't want it. But there's bread here, there's pomegranates, there's figs, there's apples, there's cherries, there's sorbet, there's multiple ways that this can go. It's like every time you experience this person, it's a new fucking experience. No matter how many times that you've been with this person or sitting with this person. And so for the singles, oh, they're there, baby. They're there. They're there. It may not be somebody you're already talking to or dealing with, but this is the kind of connection that is coming in. This kind of connection you're going to be attracting. And if you are coupled, well, god damn, like, can you give the other signs just a little bit of this self-sufficiency? And this is coming from Virgo. Can you help them understand the delicate balance and the dance between I don't know. Y'all got some great ass energy coming in with these cards. And oh my god, where is that from? That is a fan. She's gonna be fanning herself after this. Cause I feel like there is no sex in these cards. There's no sex happening. This isn't even the sex part. This is just the everyday living. This is like going out to the party after you've already known each other, and they still, after looking at everybody and being in this space, you may walk in and disperse. This person goes to get a drink, you go to the bathroom. But then you both emerge from those places and are in the space, and it's like the lights are just showing you each other. And again, you lock eyes and you're like, damn, like if I didn't already with you, if I didn't already love you, I would fall like for the first time again. I would fall in love at first sight again and again and again. And this is like, I really feel like they about to do some shit. They about to do some shit and they about to do it together. But they might get their hands dirty. Or they could be heading out and showing up together. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. Um, but at the same time, they're like, whether they're sitting in their drawers talking or they're fully clothed and they're out, at a delicatessen. I like delicatessens. I, of course, it's just a deli, you know what I'm saying? It's an American deli. It's a sandwich. But delicatessen sounds so, I don't know. It sounds great. It sounds very delectable. So you can go and sit down and have a meal and have that same getting to know you stage. Even if y'all been together for 5 years, you still have that sense of excitement and fire burning for each other. It is not even including the sex part. But I do feel with this King of Wands, if there is sex had, or there y'all have been having the sex, the person who the feminine is gonna take her role and do her feminine shit. Okay? Because she will feel comfortable enough to be in a state of submission. Submission, not I don't like that term right now. It doesn't feel right. Acceptance. To be the one receiving and allowing it and feeling safe to do so, because he can use his fire in a way that doesn't disrespect or demean her boundaries, but it feverishly fuels her own sensuality, where she can let that guard down because he's not someone to fight against. He's not actually ever posing a threat, which is why this was so difficult, because a person didn't want to impede or impose on another person's boundaries. It was more so out of respect. Like, damn, I want to, but I don't want them to take it the wrong way. They want you to be able to get to a place where them doing this type of thing doesn't scare you or make you angry or make you feel unsafe. They want to have built up that type of trust where these types of moments never turn into these types of moments. They want to make sure that you are still surprised by their touch in an exciting way, not in a jumpy, scared, like somebody's trying to take advantage of you type of way. They really care about your comfort, your safety, and they'll act on impulse in your favor, against things that may bring this type of reaction out of you. So while they're soothing your emotional state and putting your mind at ease, they're also on the ready to jump and pounce on whatever the fuck come around you that shouldn't be in your environment, that may disrespect your space. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there, Capricorn, because I didn't know that y'all was rocking like that out here. I like him. If it's the masculine, I like you. Mm-hmm. I like your style. That's cool. I can dig this shit right here. I can dig it. I will talk to y'all later. I got to go.